The first time I saw a Virtua Racing cabinet, though the only time as far as I can remember, I knew I was looking at something special. I was in the ferry to France on a family holiday, and in true Merrick fashion, I wasn't given any money to put in and actually play the game. I just sat in the chair and spun the steering wheel back and forth, marvelling at what was on the screen. It was like gazing into another world. The trees, the bridges, the pit crew. I don't think any other racing game had such an effect on my young imagination. But sadly, apart from a good but not quite right PS2 version, I've never actually played it. Until now. Now I can take this classic racing game with me anywhere I go on the wondrous little machine that could, the Switch. I'm going to top load this review. Virtua Racing is the best racing game on the Switch. It only has 3 tracks and 1 car, but it's so perfectly designed that it doesn't need anything else. These 3 tracks haven't quite the same legendary status as their counterparts in Daytona USA, but they're no less great. Big Forest is a simple speed circuit with one tricky hairpin that will catch out anyone who dares to take it flat out. Acropolis is a technical marathon that demands absolute concentration. Finally, Bay Bridge is as devious a track I've ever raced, with blind turns, compound corners and tight, claustrophobic walls. It may be the intermediate course, but I think it's the most difficult of the 3 to master. And you'll want to master them. The key to Virtua Racing is in the tight handling and responsive acceleration. Do yourself a favour and set the handling to arcade and the throttle to the right stick for full analogue control. This might be an arcade game, but it's all about simulation. You're punished for not braking when you need to, for turning too forcefully or for accelerating too wildly. I have no doubt that a lot of people will be frustrated when they play for the first time. This isn't a Ridge Racer or a Daytona USA, it's an arcade racer inspired and informed by simulation. It harks back to an era when arcade games were all about making you feel like you were doing the thing that they were simulating, and Virtua Racing feels like you're in a driving seat of a real Formula 1 car. Once you run a few laps, you'll learn. You'll learn to tease the throttle, to find the racing line, to gently turn the wheel to avoid lockout, to shift down for tight turns. I play on manual because I'm a prick, by the way. Those lap times will go down and you might even get a podium finish and witness the greatest credit sequence in racing history. Maybe you'll even venture into the options and try your hand at Grand Prix mode, replacing the 5-lap arcade hit of standard mode with a gruelling 20-lap ordeal, complete with tyre degradation. How many arcade games have you played where you have to actually pit your car? In fact, there's another reason Bay Bridge is the hardest track in the game. There is no pit. Look, I'm one of those arseholes who watches F1 when it's on council telly, and the drivers are always talking about conserving tyres. I've played about 1 million racing sims, but this game right here, this decades-old, flat-shaded, polygonal relic from a bygone age, has beaten every single one of them at capturing that feeling of being at one with the car and driving as fast as possible without wearing the tyres. It's a game that teaches you how to race. Sadly, you might not want to take those skills online. The leaderboards are a great addition, and watching other people's replays is a nice touch, but actually racing other people online is patchy at best. I've had one online race that wasn't complete pish, but most of the time the lag makes the game unplayable. Luckily, a solid split screen mode, complete with 8-player support, will mean you can race your pals. You know, your real pals. Have you bought Virtua Racing yet? Have I convinced you? Look at it this way. I have about 50 games installed on my Switch, many lying unfinished. And yet every commute to work since I've had Virtua Racing installed has been all about beating Grand Prix mode, or improving my lap times, or finally making it round Bay Bridge without making another damn mistake. This game is perfect. Your Switch needs it.